Hey, today we're going to do a maintenance video on the Dangerous Power G4. I've been shooting it, so I gotta clean it anyway, so why not do a video. First thing, I already got everything wiped down and kind of laid out, just for the sake of time. So I'm gonna take just like an oil. Now for the bolt, everyone said that they had bolt stick problems out of the box. So for about the first 6 months, I've owned this gun for just about a year. First 6 months, I used mineral oil. I guess, something thin, help break it in. And recently I've been using that oil I just showed you. Any oil, once you break it in, will work. I've never had any bolt stick. So hopefully I won't be shooting this gun in 2 days, because I'll be getting the E-TEC 3 LT, so I'll have some videos put up from that. Again, just put a couple drops of oil on the bolt, drop a O-ring on, or drop oil on each O-ring. Make sure everything's wiped down. Go ahead and drop the bolt back in. Make sure to push it down all the way. Slide it in with your finger. There we go. Drop the back cap back in. Just kind of twist it with your fingers. And once it's tight, take the Allen key. Go ahead and snug it up. Alright. Next we'll do the ASA. Everyone complains about leaks in the macro line. So I was just stripping the gun one day and took apart the ASA. There's a pin, or a little piston, and then the spring depresses the pin when you flip the lever. So I decided, I wiped the piston down, and then I took like half a drop, just barely anything, and I just wiped it down, put some oil on it, and dropped it back in the ASA, and I've never had a leak. So I'm guessing it works. I flip it. I don't leave it on all day. I constantly flip it off and on, and just to test it, and it never leaks. And if it does leak, everyone says all you got to do is just wiggle the macro line just a little bit. And I have heard that it's because of the fittings. If you just get new fittings, you can get them for $5, and you can get them in black if you want. And just get a fresh new piece of macro line. Put the fittings on. Make sure you use blue Loctite when you put them on, and just get a nice clean cut of the macro line. But everyone says that works fine. I don't really need to do that. With your eyes, I took the eye cover off. You don't really need to clean your eyes unless you have a chop and it gets all over the eyes, or if they're not working, you can just go and wipe them down. They are these little, almost look like bulbs. So there's that, and they just drop back in. Here is the detent, our spring loaded, so just can drop the detent back in, place the spring over the detent, and what I like to do is there's a screw in here, and I just leave it in. Start it from this edge, fit it in there, and then just drop it down right in the spring, because you can put it on wrong. The spring can get misaligned because it's just resting on the little cup of the detent, but I find that's the easiest way. So you just screw it back in. Don't want to over tighten these, just till it's snug. Same thing on that side. And then the feed neck, this is the base part, but here is the collar and the lever. You can just snap that off. There's a screw that goes in the collar. That's how you tighten it. So to take it off, just open it, slide it out. You can clean it out. So put it back on. Gun snaps on. You slide your lever through. You want to have it open, that way the screw sticks all the way out. And then you just put the little thumb wheel and it screws right on. And it clamps down. So you take the feed neck off, and then the reg. You don't need to worry about anything in here. There's a little seat right there if you want to clean off, but you can take this part of the reg apart. You don't need to. If you're having problems, I don't even know if you need to, even if you have problems. All you have to worry about is the spring, which you just wipe off, and the piston, which you also need to wipe off. Just take a little drop of oil, just enough to coat it. Wipe it around, and I have noticed I do have a little mark there. It's just like a little chip. I'm guessing it's from wear. I haven't dropped it or banged it anywhere, so I don't know. Like I said, I had it for a year, so I've put about 15 cases through it. I don't know. Just drop the spring back on. Make sure the spring is clean, and make sure this part is clean before you drop the piston back in. So, and this screws on like that. Screw the reg back on, and it's fitted so the velocity adjustment screw will always be facing out this way. You can notice it, like it'll set when you start to screw it in. So go ahead and put the macro line back in, and there we go.